Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen and I believe in dragons. This is not my usual forest. A lot of people come here. I'm never alone here. That really bothers me. I really have. I want to have actually a forest where I can be alone by myself, where I can do my rituals without eyes picking on me. What a strange behavior this man has. They must have think. So yeah, actually, if I think about it, I already had this coronavirus 2 weeks ago when I felt a little bit ill. I felt my body was actually fighting against this illness, and I didn't actually know about this coronavirus back then. But yeah, if I think about this, I had all the symptoms, and my body was fighting against it. Yeah, so it never broke through. So actually, I can be very relaxed. But even if it doesn't break through, your body still can carry the disease with you without being sick yourself. So I'm staying actually here in just this little, just tiny forest with a lot of people, and I don't like it. Just like you can hear someone is just working here, just next to it. Uh, it's not that small of a forest, but yeah, people just are bored with. Yeah, they cannot do anything. Everything is closed, and now they're actually in the forest or doing some kind of a noisy job. Anyway, let's go continue with the dragon. One of your dragon in your dragon circle can be a Hydra. A Hydra is a multiple-headed dragon from the Greek mythology that lived in Lake. It's a lake dragon in Lake Lerna. Um, this was actually one of the 12 in history and mythology. And one of the 12 works that Hercules, the son of Zeus, had to do is defeat Hydra. But that wasn't easy because the Hydra was a god. Hydra was actually a multiple-headed god, and he couldn't be killed. So in this story, so they cut off the head, every head of the dragon. But of course, if you think about it, cutting off a head of a dragon, not in my book, but yeah, in this mythology, they said it was done. So the middle head was the one that actually lived forever. So in this story, Hercules cut it off the head of the Hydra, the middle Hydra, and it was still alive. So he buried the head in the ground, and the head became one with the ground, with the earth. Yeah, it's horrible, actually. Horrible story, horrible fate for the Hydra. But yeah, what kind of a story is made that the dragon is actually well in the end, not one of them. Hydra's story was again a negative story about the dragons that will carry his story into the Bible, where it said that a seven-headed dragon, each head of which houses the seven deadly sins. The devil will fight against the angels of the Christian God in the form of Hydra. But Hydra is also a multi-personality dragon in multi-personality dragon in the original story. Each head houses a unique personality that and is a divine and immortal. Ultimately, the Hydra's head didn't die and became one with the ground, where he is buried. Like I said before, we just can have a Hydra on our side, on our own. Our own circle, our draconic circle, where all the dragons that you have a connection with are. One of them can be a Hydra, a multiple-headed dragon with one body and several heads. Of course, a typical feature of the Hydra is that they often disagree with themselves, and that can be very confusing for the one chosen by them. And the ones who have Hydra energy inside of themselves could have Hydra energy within. They can hear multiple voices that actually come from you yourself, that is talking to yourself, but as if you are in constant constellation, constant arguing with just yourself, speaking with yourself. That means that you can have a Hydra energy inside of you. There actually I feel a lot of hydras on this earth, so it's not that uncommon or something that cannot be or something unique. No, there are a lot of hydras around, so they can also choose you. Their energy is multicolored and yet one big energy like a rainbow. They are a strong breed of dragons that accompany us with honor and strength, but also of close cooperation and trust. Their cooperation to us, like the other dragons, which is unbreakable and powerful. Hydra. Hydra is constantly seen as a villain in the story. But why? Because the story of Zeus was actually the downfall of the stories of the dragons. It began when people saw humans in the gods, human shapes, and not anymore in animals and dragons. And that was also, just like Odin, was also the beginning of the downfall of the dragon. The dragon was seen before even the Hydra as a divine being. It even said in the story it cannot die because it's divine. But that is also something that they want to break down so that people believe that there are other people inside of the clouds, so they can believe in that. And that is a creation of some kind of human thing. The downfall of the dragon was, well, yeah, like I said, when humans saw themselves as gods and not anymore as imaginary, as great beings like dragons are. You can, like I said, you can have a Hydra within or by your side. Within, then you can have, like I said, these arguments with each other, the constant meetings with each other, constant um, just say, different opinion, having different opinions inside of one head, if you have this. But you can also have a Hydra by your side, your guardian, which means that you will have, it's like having several dragons. It's just the same thing, but one energy. Like I say, the dragon, the Hydra, can also have um, disagreements with each other. It's not like it's not one mind, it's not one brain. There are several ones, like a Siamese twin. They can have disagreements with each other. They can cooperate with each other, and that is a thing. You should cooperate with every head of the Hydra. They are all your guardians. God damn it! This noise just I don't like humans. Maybe, yeah, like I said, we deserve Corona. Uh, but yeah, to continue, Hydra is a very. I just a few years ago, I just felt this energy of a Hydra, but I didn't believe it because I thought it was just a story of a multiple-headed dragon. But now I know there are lots of Hydras, and this story was just made just to, yeah, to make them feel like a bad creature, a monster, like they call the dragons. All of them are monsters in these stories. Yeah, but yeah, such a shame. But then again, then we are monsters as well. We have their energy. We talk to them. We have the abilities of them. We can, yeah, dragon witches can be also seen as something bad or monstrous in stories. But yeah, humans, if they don't understand, they just will make it a something bad. And but the real monster is sometimes them, most of the cases actually. Hydra, yeah. If I remember it right, that is even the name of something like um, from Captain America. Yeah, that was an organization that called Hydra. It was the villains. Hail Hydra, they said. Um, but yeah, actually, if you have a Hydra, that can be very confusing because all of these several voices that is talking to you, maybe within, maybe next to you, um, but they will cooperate with each other just to have it, so that you can follow them, so that you can actually explore them. And in Christianity, the Hydra is of course seen as the devil. Like what else? It was a seven-headed dragon. Every head was one sin, the seven deadly sins. Seven-headed dragon. So the dragon transforms himself. The devil transforms himself in a seven-headed dragon, if I can understand this right, and then come here to make a war that is already determined by the way that heavens will win, and that wait a minute, that is very confusing. That it's already seen that this god will win, so that the dragon will be defeated and going back to hell with all of us non-believers. Um, so I choose the dragon side every time. Huh. I choose. I don't believe in Christianity. It's just a fable. It's just a story where people love to believe in because people are afraid to be alone, afraid that there is not one almighty man in the sky watching over them. Uh, but then again, we believe in dragons, but they are not in the sky. They are next to us. And even the Hydra can be very intimidating if someone sees him. Maybe you already saw them inside of your dreams, maybe inside of your visions, that you have seen the Hydra before. Or maybe just several dragons. How can you feel it's a Hydra or several dragons? It feels like that. You can feel that. You can feel that it's one and several heads. Or just multiple dragons, just one head. Just a Western one, or maybe a Chinese, Eastern one. You will feel how your dragon is. And when it's a Hydra, you will definitely feel the energy. It's a high, very high energy. But it's, like I said, a bit confusing, especially in the beginning, once you have a Hydra by your side. Anyway, I'm going to continue my path in this tiny, tiny forest, where I'm actually imprisoned in for the several weeks. Hi, anyways, my brothers and sisters, be blessed.